Love. Crimson blood. Poison. Eternity. Revenge. 2. Sacrifice. Mother. Ritual. Scarlet. Prayers. Heresy. Hell. Solitude. Clouded sky. Madness. God of world. Adore us.
I don't care. What is a world without surreal?
Black, the dawn, and time tells its tale. Dark and blood, it flows. The forest receives.
The Empire is not satisfied with mere conquest. They seek complete reconstruction.
The Empire is too strong!
Impertinent jackals! I shall burn you all!
Do not die.
Stop! Don't worry about me! Please, run away!
What horror befalls this land?
Time, please, no more! We cannot!
I call out these prayers to the skies, filled with thought. See your face. I carry these memories inside, thoughts of the soul, colored by love.
That's not true. You carry the awful weight of the seal. We must find you a place to rest.
Allow him to bathe in her gratitude and love.
I truly love surreal with my innermost soul.
The goddess will die.
No, that's not true. You lie.
Watching you.
No more gods. We are free.
Don't look at me.
Ah yes, Drakengard, or Drakengard as some call it. This was Yoko Taro's starting point as a director and writer, so without Drakengard it's possible that we wouldn't have the Nier series. At the very least, they wouldn't be what we know of today, as an ending from Drakengard leads directly into Nier. Before we go any further, let's shed some light on its development. One night, the game's future producers Takamasa Shiba and Takuya Iwasaki were brainstorming an aerial combat game with dragons. From there, they developed this idea further in the company Kavia and called it Project Dragonsphere. Having plenty of other obligations and no experience in creative writing, they gave the director and part of the creative writing role to Yoko Taro, who had initially joined the team as an art director, but his work there did not impress the team. As director, he had a vision of deconstructing the typical hero archetype that you would see in games such as Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy IV and Earthbound among others. He believed that a character slaughtering hundreds in war did not deserve a typical ending, as we will see later. This meant that the tone of the game would be dark, incredibly dark. Yoko Taro was so worried about the tone of the game that he had to consult with an Enix producer that later pitched the game to Sony. They approved the game without reviewing it from pure exhaustion of all the other pitches they had gone through that day. It's crazy to think that if there were less pitches that day, we might have never gotten the game at all. This hypothetical is more than possible, as the advisory board after Enix and Square merged kept asking the team to change the game's content, which the team refused most of the time. I would expect this request came about from the game's tone. The game was finally released in 2003 in Japan and later in 2004 for the rest of the world. All in all, it sold well for a game at this time and clocked in a total of 240,000 copies by the end of 2003 in Japan alone. Something to note is that the game changed names when it got localized. The original Japanese title is Dragon Dragoon, which apparently sounded a lot better for the Japanese audience but lame for the Western one, so it was changed to Drakengard. The Japanese title is often, from my experience, mispronounced as Drag On Dragoon, which I don't blame them for given the space between drag and on, but if you think about it for a while, that title makes no sense whatsoever. Even if the katakana has a space between duragu and on, it is to make the romanized title look better. Dragon and dragoon are the same word visually except for the extra O in dragoon. The name dragoon comes from a 17th century military unit that consisted of soldiers on horses, so if we combine the two together we can come to the conclusion that the title Drag on Dragoon literally means dragon rider, which makes sense since you have entire stages dedicated to that in the game. The name Drakengard, on the other hand, is a bit murkier. The first part of Draken is pretty obvious, and I would imagine it means either dragon or drake. Guard is the tricky one. It most likely points at the obsolete word guard, which stands for garden or guard, but could just as likely be something else. I do think that being able to have a title that means something akin to Dragon Garden or Dragon Guard with a less corny tone is good. They did achieve that with the name Drakengard. It also just flows off the tongue and sounds a lot better. Since this is a story-driven game, and in typical Yoko Taro fashion has multiple endings, I will completely go through the first branch and warn about spoilers for the rest when it's relevant to do so. Obviously, this will spoil one of the branches, but I feel it's necessary to fully grasp what sort of game this is. All branches are vastly different from each other, so just knowing one of them wouldn't ruin the rest. We are immediately given context about the grand conflict we are thrown in the middle of.
It is an ancient time, and dragons still roam upon the earth. Two great powers, the Union and the Empire, wage fierce war for the control of a goddess who protects the harmony of the world. In only a short time, the Empire has become powerful beyond reckoning, and now it turns to attack the castle where the Union safeguards the goddess. The world teeters on the brink of chaos. Its fate now lies in the hands of one man.
Pretty eye.
In the first cutscene, we see how the game's protagonist, Kaim, is mortally wounded and that the Empire has successfully breached the castle walls. Kaim calls out a name before battling his way through the hordes of Empire soldiers to reach the castle. Before heading into the chapter proper, we get a small information briefing that reveals the name Kaim called out for, Furiai, is both the goddess and his sister. If we're a lazy bastard, the game also informs us of this inside of the mission.
Your sister, I mean the goddess Furiai, is in the castle.
Upon entering the castle's bailey, Kaim has to face a creature that has caused him traumatizing pain in the past.
A dragon.
Kill me if you desire, but you can never dirty my soul, wretched human.
Tell me, do you still want to live, dragon?
What?
A pact! There's no other way!
What makes you worthy of a pact with me?
Worthy or not, I wish to live. Despise me if you will, but I shall not die! Your answer! A pact or death!
Kaim hates dragons and the dragon hates humanity, but as both are on death's door, they have no choice but to form a pact with one another. In Drakengard, humans can form a pact with the creatures that inhabit the world. This means that their souls are united and both are given increased strength, but at a cost for the human and the shared life of both partners. With the power of the dragon at his side, Kaim is able to secure the skies and the surrounding perimeter of the castle. This allows him to go inside where the price of his pact is made clear.
So, your voice is lost. A trifling price to pay for a pact. No matter. I shall speak for the both of us. Into the castle alone? Very well, I will await you here. I will know soon enough when you die. My life is now your life.
Pushing through more Empire soldiers, Kai makes his way to the top of the castle where he's able to stave off the invaders with his childhood friend, Inuart.
Kaim! It's enough. He's dead. Full of bloodlust as always. But you helped me. Once again. Kaim, you cannot speak. A pact? The castle is no longer safe. I thought I would take Furiai to the elf village. Since the elves are bound to eternal neutrality, their village will be a safe haven from the Empire. While it may be dangerous to take the goddess from the castle, what else is there to do? Furiai is the goddess that protects the sacred seal. But before that, she was my betrothed. I will protect her. And what about you, Kaim? You once called Furiai your sister.
Following Inuart's words for the safety of his sister, they make their way to the elf village, but midway through, the dragon informs them of something terrible.
What is it?
They attacked the village of the elves. It may already be gone. I heard a voice. It would be better to go elsewhere.
Nonsense! The Pact Beast may have powers, but I believe only my own eyes. Come on! We're going to the village now! Furiai!
No, I'm well.
That's not true. You carry the awful weight of the seal. We must find you a place to rest.
Wasting precious time and slaughtering hundreds in their way, they reach the elf village only to find that the dragon was correct all along.
Hell has come here. What shall I do?
At this time, we see that pact partners can communicate with each other. The dragon gets a message from Verdelei, the hierarch of the Union, who formed a pact with a petrified dragon. Verdelei is at a temple in the desert, which he encourages the group to go to for their protection. Kaim and the dragon, however, stick around to investigate the ruins of the elf village.
Speak not the watchers. Draw not the watchers. Write not the watchers. Sculpt not the watchers. Sing not the watchers. Call not the watcher's name. What is this?
in the valley. The cult of the Watchers has a shrine. They took everyone there.
The Watchers again. What are they?
Kaim suspects that this cult and the Empire are working together and flies to the shrine in an attempt to learn more about them. Their efforts are however in vain. They find neither the elves nor more information about the cult.
So, the elves were taken elsewhere? What does the Empire want? How should I know what ambitions drive you humans? What do those red eyes mean? Verdelay. His voice, it is gone. We had best hurry to the desert. The goddess may be in danger.
In a grim twist of fate, they also lose contact with Verdelay and hurry to the desert to ensure the safety of the others.
Kaim. Thank goodness you're safe.
What of Inuart and Verdelay? Were they taken?
Yes. To protect me.
So, the dungeon must be close. Break through and we may find them.
Dispatching the entire prison garrison by himself, Kaim's able to free Verdelay, who urges him to protect holy places known as the Seals, both for the world and his sister.
At last. So, you are Kaim.
Verdelay, you know something. Tell us, what is happening?
The Empire is not satisfied with mere conquest. They seek complete reconstruction.
Of the world?
Yes. They want the seeds of resurrection that will appear when the seals are broken. The goddess's life is in great danger.
The seeds of resurrection? Humans twist even the myths to their own purposes.
Please help. The Empire must not destroy these holy places. The entire world is in danger. As each seal is broken, the burden on the goddess grows greater still.
A short time prior, Verdelay told us through his own pact powers that Inuart's been taken to another prison.
Inuart was taken to a different prison. I pray that he is unharmed.
Unbeknown to them, Inuart is being corrupted by the head of the Watcher cult.
If only I had more strength.
If only I had more strength, then I could protect Furiai.
Who's there?
I could protect her and make her my own.
Stop it!
Take her in my arms, surrender her to no man, my betrothed. She shall love only me.
Please stop!
All mine, Furiai, all mine, all mine, all mine. No man can have her, no man, not even Kaim.
No! No more!
Loves only me, looks only to me, holds only me. Furiai loves only me. Me. Forgive me. Deeply, deeply. Please forgive me. Gaze only on me. Please, gaze upon me. The goddess will die.
Despite slaughtering wave after wave of Empire soldiers, the group is ultimately unsuccessful at protecting the seal.
Ah! The seal! The seal is broken!
In bitter defeat, they return to Furiai to break the bad news about Inuart.
You are safe. But where is Inuart?
was lying on the desert sands.
Highness, does the burden grow greater now the desert seal is broken?
I am well. Quite well. But what of Inuart?
Since the first seal is lost, they have to retreat from the Empire, but are interrupted by a black dragon and its rider.
That smell.
Another dragon?
Inuart!
With a dragon? That means you have made a pact.
Furiai, come with me. There is nothing to fear. The world will be better now. You need not be the only sacrifice.
He has been broken.
I'm not weak anymore, Kayam. Why are you staring at me like that? I'm strong now. I traded my songs for strength, Kayam. I can protect you now, Furiai. Don't give me that face, Kayam. I can see the scorn in your eyes. You would sacrifice your own sister in the service of revenge! Welcome to a world without song.
When Inuar turned his sword on me, I felt no compassion or mercy, not even fear. No, only anger fills my heart. What right do I have to preach to others now?
Before you ask, that slap sound is not edited. It feels almost comical thanks to the stock sound. Now, where were we? Oh yeah. Kaim has to wait for the dragon to heal before continuing. Since they don't know where Nier took Furii, the group has shifted their focus towards the war between the Empire and the Union. A final battle between them will take place soon according to Verdelay, so Kaim is tasked with disrupting the reinforcements of, as the game puts it and not me, subhumans.
So many subhuman soldiers. We would do well to kill as many as we can, Kaim.
After crushing the reinforcements, the dragon reads the mind of one of their mighty warriors to discover terrible news.
Let me read its mind. The goddess, the empire, a fortress. A fortress? Where? Where under heaven? A scream? If that is the Fairy's death cry, then the 3 seals have been broken. Only one seal still remains. That is the goddess herself. Are we too late?
The temples of the seals are broken. Only the goddess remains to prevent the seeds of resurrection from manifesting into the world. With the subhumans dealt with, the group rendezvous with the Union for the final battle. The Empires built gigantic monsters of war known as Cyclops that they unleash onto the battlefield. Kaim and the dragon are tasked to deal with them before joining the soldiers engaged in combat.
The Cyclops are creations of man. Nature does not mold such monsters.
Lord Kaim attacks the Empire! Soldiers, advance! We must not let him fight alone! Good! The spoils shall be ours! Soldiers, show them the strength of the Union!
The final battle. Union and Empire, both sides have summoned all their power.
Lord Kaim, now is the time to topple the Empire and avenge our king! Lord Kaim risks his life in battle. Come, soldiers! Stand by his side!
The commanders have appeared. If they escape, the battle will not end. Kaim, stop them!
Victory for justice! We won!
The Cyclops are defeated! Ours is the victory!
We did it! Lord Kaim, we did it!
The red-eyed monsters are beaten!
Victory! Victory! They are running! We showed them the spirit of the Union!
What is it? What's going on?
Judgment is at hand!
I do not understand. It cannot be. Has the last seal been broken?
The blood of the goddess has been spilled.
It is the judgment of the gods. It is the judgment of the gods. The goddess dies and mankind is cursed. If the mere threat of the seal's destruction begets such chaos, what if they are truly lost?
From the instability of the world, the Paris soldiers are rising from their graves as undead warriors. Verdelay is showing ever more concern about the rapid decline of the world.
The end of the world. Does it look like this? Grotesque beasts slouch upon the earth. This is hell.
Kaim takes to the sky as the dragon notices something odd in the distance.
In the sky. What is that? What is that giant shell? Surely it is not the work of man.
They try to make their way into this unknown fortress, but the wind currents prevent them from doing so.
We cannot go higher.
Aware of their presence, the head of the cult sends Inuart their way to stop them.
Priestess, let me have Kaim.
Release not the Watchers.
I am strong. I feel love. Love for the Watchers. Love for you. But who are you?
Inuart?
Kaim, do you think I can be beaten by you anymore? I'm strong now. That's what Furiai is with me. Furiai! Who is that? Huh? My head. Furiai!
As Inuart retreats, Kaim and the dragon takes the moment to act and follows him to get into the fortress through his wind current.
The Watchers cannot fly!
No!
Before we continue, I'd like to point out that from this encounter we not only see Inuart's complete degradation from being controlled by the cult of the Watchers, but we also witness his price for a pact. He mentioned it earlier that he gave up his songs for the pact, and here he tries to sing Furiai's name.
Furiai! 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 Furiai!
The dragon also takes a line straight out of Mikhail's book in the third game.
This wyvern thing of yours is really weird.
Now inside the fortress that the goddess Furiai is held within, Kaim slays countless Empire soldiers to find her.
The goddess! Where is the goddess?
If the goddess is threatened, the last seal is lost. Kaim, save the goddess. Save our world.
Kaim, my brother.
Do you hear Furiai's voice? Run to her! The goddess is lost. It means weaker. Weaker. Quickly!
Speak not the Watchers. Draw not the Watchers. Write not the Watchers. Sculpt not the Watchers.
Sing not the Watchers. Call not the Watcher's name.
Kaim, has the last seal been broken? Come out now. The seeds are sown. Kaim, be strong. The world itself is in mortal danger. Will you allow your sister's sacrifices to be in vain? Kaim!
What have you done?
I broke the seal. Now she's useless.
The Watchers laughed.
The Watchers laugh. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Furiai, but I did it for you. I did it all for you, and yet I could not even sing for you. Was this all for myself? Did I kill you?
La 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 la. La 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 la. The Watchers dance. Such fun.
The Watchers dance. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. The Watchers, they dance.
No more pain. Furiai. A miracle. The goddess will live again.
Very well. Now we shall see whose flames burn the hottest.
The goddess has died, and with it the last of the seals have been broken. Breaking free from the cult leader of the Watcher's grasp, Inuart is now in a grief-stricken state as his true love lies dead before him. He now wishes to use the seeds in an attempt to resurrect Furiai. However, Kaim and the dragon pursue him as only evil can be reborn in the seeds. As the battle is about to come to a close, Verdelay convinces them to disengage as they need to find the seeds themselves.
Time, stop! The seal is broken. To continue the battle is meaningless.
The only way to achieve any semblance of victory is to cut the head of the Empire itself through the leader of the cult of the Watchers, the High Priestess, Mana. Kaim the Dragon flies to the Empire, battling grand horrors in the sky and the legendary worm who has been stirred by the awakening of the seeds. As the threats in the sky are cleared up, Kaim has to walk on foot to get into the cult's grand temple where Mana is guarded by elite troops and supernatural horrors.
Mana is protected by the evil spirits. The priestess is in league with demons.
The seals are broken. Whatever you do
now, I cannot be defeated.
Only the priestess remains. If she can be stopped. Please, I am the hierarch. This is my duty. Om galek ne alifre natila, 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 Om galek ne alifre natila.
You still try to live? Pathetic. Pathetic.
Breaks the seal and becomes a giant. What monster is this child?
No matter how strong she appears, there must be a weakness. Kaim, remember our pact. You must not die.
Mother! Mother! Mother!
Oh, stupid, all of you! Fleeing the resurrection! The gods are watching. It is their last judgment. We will be transformed. We fear nothing. We are loved. You hate me, don't you? Kill me if you want. Come on, warrior. Kill me. Kill me. Don't hold back. Whoppity whop. Kill little Mana. I don't mind. I am loved. I am loved, you know. See? Mother has to love me. If the gods love me. Kill me. Kill me. If you don't, I'll do something. If you hate me, then kill me. Kill me. Just one big smash. Oh, don't hate me, Mother, please. Please, I'm gonna die, you see? Or you can do it. I don't mind. Kill me. Kill me. I don't mind. Kill me, please.
Kaim shall never forgive you. You will not die so easily. You will be despised by every soul in this world, unforgiven for all eternity.
No, no, no.
You will suffer under the unbearable weight of your crimes. You are beyond hope.
No, Mother! I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I promise, I promise, I promise.
Who shall become the seal?
We must find a new goddess at once. Another sacrifice to the seal. I am no priest. I am an executioner.
Kaim, I am tired again. Warm me as you did before. Yes, I feel better now. I shall be the seal. No human can match my strength.
But do you know what you offer?
You had best do it before I change my mind.
Galek nearly free Natila. 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 Ye gods, is it your will that we should live on?
And there you have it. That's the first branch of Drakengard. The world was on the brink of destruction, but with the help of Angelus, the seeds have been resealed and its protection is stronger than ever. From what we just went through, the game might not have looked so bad. It definitely has a dark tone, but nothing excessive. And truth be told, that's because I glossed over a lot of things that makes the game's tone stand in a league of its own, and to get a good picture of that, we have to do a... As we saw in Branch A, the major characters of our cast consist of Kaim, Angelus, Furii, Inyard, Verdile, and Mana. We are however missing some characters, as just like the different branches of the endings, missions can also branch out. In these different mission branches we also meet the characters Leonard, Ariosh and Sere, who are only present in parts of the story but are worth talking about. To conclude certain points, I will naturally use material from the remaining branches, but they are not spoilers of the overarching plot and are meant only to shed light on the characters in question. Let's start with Kaim. From seeing Branch A alone, without all of the context in it, you might have been fooled that Kaim is a hero. He is not. He's as close to a psychopath as you're going to get in this game. He uses the fact that an Empire Dragon murdered his parents as a justification to go on a tens of thousands large killing spree. He murders indiscriminately and for the fun of it. Don't just take my words for it, listen to the guy and his companions for yourself.
Show no mercy! Attack! Empire rats, you shall feed the ravens. You interrupt us! Go back to hell, hyenas! Come now, taste the steel of my sword.
You live so that you may kill, like all of your race.
Kaim! It's enough. He's dead. Full of bloodlust as always.
Enough! They are creatures too. They have a right to be saved.
Wait! Speak to them! They have no more will to fight!
Please! Even the Empire's soldiers deserve our mercy.
Does only slaughter calm your soul?
Do you wish to kill the entire Empire alone? Such a frightful ambition.
Crush them all enough!
Do you laugh? Does the spilling of the blood of so many amuse you so? Kaim, stop your indiscriminate slaughter. Have you no thought for your soul?
I understand your passion, but should you slaughter with such reckless abandon?
Kaim, be merciful and end your killing days.
Damn you! Must we spend all our strength fighting common troops?
Since he kills for sport, he will actively put the safety of his sister and their world on hold to indulge in his twisted desires. This is what happens in the branches where Kaim finds the remaining characters we have yet to see.
Please, please help us. The Empire has taken our village.
And where are you from?
From the Fairy Valley that lies yonder. Please.
Do you go to save lives, or to take them?
As you can imagine, Kaim did not even think for a second to actually go and help the village. He's just going there since he knows there are Empire troops to kill there. Even the following mission briefing supports this by saying, hatred fills his heart and makes him deaf to the Dragon's counsel. Only the spilling of Imperial blood can state his lust for revenge. If this weren't enough, depending on the branch, Kaim also has incestuous feelings towards his sister, Furiai.
Kaim, you and Furiai? No matter.
Who sends your sister's thoughts, the passions of her soul?
The goddess, her feelings for you are special. But what good is that knowledge to you?
Because you're brother and sister? What manner of excuse is that?
Which is also pretty much the only point I will make with Furiai as a character as well, but her incestual feelings on the other hand are always present no matter the branch.
My body is no longer mine alone. Can anyone... Can Kaim... Kaim, my brother... Kaim...
Some people claim that their incestuous love has been censored out of the game, but I wholeheartedly disagree. There's a scene where Mana's reading Furiai's mind and basically spells it out. I have no idea what else this could mean.
La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I'm just a girl, a normal girl.
What's this? This dirt.
No, don't.
Forget the seal and help me. Forget the seal and help me.
Stupid man. Please help me. Help me. Please. Hold me, my brother.
Stop it.
I can see into your heart.
No, that's not true. You lie.
I hate you. I hate you. Filth!
This world needs destroying. I'm dirty. I'm dirty. I'm no goddess.
I renounce it. Please. Please, my brother.
Kaim even looks away in disgust. Why else would he do this? Sure, I can concede that maybe the original script was even clearer about this point, but to try and imagine that this part of the characters have been completely removed from the game is false. A final thing to pin onto Kaim, which isn't exactly something bad, but just extremely weird, is that he and Angelus at the end of Branch A falls in love with each other. That's what these lines mean.
Let go! You cannot warn me now. Kaim, I am tired again. Bore me as you did before.
It's also the reason Kaim cries at the end of Branch A. Not since he's losing his pact partner that he spent this entire adventure with, but because he's losing the love of his life. Speaking of Angelus, let's continue with her. A quick side note, but the dragons of this world are sexless, but as far as I can tell you wouldn't be able to know that from either version of the game. The English version, as we know, has a feminine voice, while the Japanese version has a masculine one. I know in Japanese that certain speech patterns are considered to be feminine, so I thought they might use that if the voice sounds masculine to hint at them being sexless, but with my current knowledge of Japanese, I can't see anything that would indicate such a thing. Regardless, I would refer to Angelus as she/her, as that's what's the most common in the English-speaking community of the game. Anyway, Angelus might not have an inherent flaw as she's not human. The story of Drakengard typically revolves around how humanity in this world has degraded to a point where pretty much everyone is morally corrupt, but this does not extend further than humanity. Angelus is prideful, but that's a typical trait for dragons, I feel. Something you might be able to tack onto her is racism, as she repeatedly tells us of how much she despises humans and anything that has to do with them.
Man makes the seal, and man does break the seal. Only his foolish games never end. Hitting your betters is a habit you humans would do well to unlearn. More myths. Why are humans so quick to hide from truth in castles made of clouds?
Of course, some of this is her not being able to comprehend how humans can treat each other so terribly.
A jail. Why does man lock his fellow man in cages? Such cruelty.
To add to this, she does after all fall in love with Kaim, who has long since stopped caring about humanity and only wants to kill for sport. It's no wonder that the two fell for each other, where Angelus basically wants the same thing in a way. Next up we have Inuart, who doesn't have any overly bad character traits. See, it's more of a mockery of the hero archetype. He does the typical hero thing, such as going against insurmountable odds and protecting his betrothed Furiae with his life.
Stop! Furiae!
This ultimately leads to his capture and his mind being controlled by the Watcher's cult. He actively hinders the other characters from doing anything about the seals breaking, and ultimately his awful actions is what gets Furiae killed.
It wasn't my fault Furiae died. I'm not responsible. The cult, they fooled me.
Her death is all his fault. Verdeley is another character that at first glance might not seem so bad. He's a spiritual leader that actively pushes Kaim to stop murdering, secure the seal so that the world doesn't end, and laments the fact that his role to create a goddess to hold back the seeds of resurrection makes him more of a butcher than anything else. The one thing that isn't made clear is that Verdeley is a self-centered and pathetic man in the face of adversity. All pacts that are made come with a price, and whatever the price for a pact was, it leaves a mark in that area of the body. Kaim gave away his voice for a pact, so the mark for his pact is left on his tongue. Inuart's price is his ability to sing, so it's on his neck, but you can't see that for his choker. Verdeley's mark is on his head, as his price for the pact was his hair. He loved his hair as it gave him attention. Anyway, in the story he seems to care a lot for the world.
If the seals are broken, it shall be the end. The end. Again, destruction rains down from the sky. The rites of the seal's end have begun. The horror. I cannot see the future.
But this is only a way to try and push the group to save the world for him. Ultimately, he fears for his life, and that's the most important thing to him.
The Empire must not break into the Sea Temple. Defend it with your lives! Oh, help us! Please help us! No, no, I don't want to die! No!
But he can't secure the world by himself, so he has others do it for him. The only time he shows some backbone is when he thinks he has the upper hand, like when Inuart attacked them. In his mind, he doesn't believe that Inuart of all people could hit him. He also underestimates Mana, thinking she's a mere child and nothing more. The last of the characters we know from Branch A would be Mana, but I'll save her for a bit later, as if you couldn't tell just by looking at them, she's related to one of the other companions, namely Sere. Since that's not possible right now, let's talk about our first companion, Leonard. Leonard is a hermit living out in the woods with his younger brothers, but with the world being in utter chaos, his brothers are murdered one day as Leonard's out in the woods. He later joins up with Kaim and always shows concern about what's happening around him and wishes to take the peaceful approach rather than violence.
Kaim, speak to them. They will lay down their swords. Kaim, please, no more. We cannot.
Please help me. I'm afraid.
Peace now. It is all over. This needless battle is my fault. Please forgive me.
He's a good-hearted man that wants the best for everyone involved. Ariosh is the most straightforward character. The Empire killed her children and she may have been sexually abused by her prison guards.
No matter how much I hear it, I can't avoid that voice.
Is that so? I've grown fond of it, I have.
Long as it's a woman, huh? You're the odd one. Like it an elf like that?
She's straight up insane. She loves children in a cannibalistic sense. Yes, you heard that right. She's a cannibal.
Kaim, if you do not defeat them quickly, the woman and the children will be lost.
Which one tastes best?
The children. Ariosh, what have you done?
So sweet. So sweet. The cute little children. No need to worry. I will take care of you. So sweet.
Now, why would Kaim invite such a person to his party? Because she must be great at murder, of course. Remember, kids, Kaim rhymes with murder. Seri is a weird character, as the first time I played the game I thought he didn't fit the game style. He seemed too naive and positive for the tone the game was going for.
I won't be alone. Colum will be with me. Besides, I became the little hero.
But on this playthrough I could tell that he belongs in the game, even if he still showcases a lot of the annoying traits typical of a child character.
Mana! Mana! Answer if you can hear me! It's me, Sere!
Sere, please take care. Enemies may still lie in wait.
Ah!
Quickly! We have to go after him!
Seri suffers from guilt as his mother only loved him and abused his sister Mana.
Mother used to hit my sister Mana a lot. But only Mana. Never me.
He dislikes being a burden on others because of this. The abuse Mana took as a child is also why the cult of the Watchers selected her as High Priestess, not because she is naturally gifted, but because her troubled past makes her easily moldable to their goals. This is also why she calls out her mother's name when in times of great stress.
No! Mother! I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry! I won't do it again! I promise, I promise, I promise!
Now when we have talked about every single character, let's go back to Leonard. He is not who you think he is. His motives are twisted and comes from the foulest pit of humanity. The thing with Leonard is that he is the only character who has been completely censored in the localization. All this good stuff he said that I just showed you? Well, I will ruin it with a single statement. Leonard is a pedophile. In the localization, you can still come to this conclusion, although it requires an excessive amount of scrutiny and could easily be seen as a misinterpretation, but the original script makes this abundantly clear. The first time you meet Leonard after his brothers have been killed, he says this in the localization.
What evil have I done? My brothers butchered, our home put to flame, and where was I?
He's putting the blame on himself first and foremost. In the original script, I can't read all of it, but the important part is right here. He says, Ura no Hayashide, before being cut off. This roughly translates to inside of the forest, with the kanji Ura having plenty of meanings of something specifically being out of sight, such as hidden from view or in the shadows, etc. Whatever Leonard did inside of the forest, he wanted it to be out of view. And I mean, you can only imagine what a pedophile would do out in the forest when he has 3 kid brothers. We'll go back to the Japanese script shortly, but I'd like to look into some other signs of this that's more apparent now. In one of the branches, Kaim's slaughtering Empire conscripts who are children. I'd argue this is the angriest Leonard gets in the entire story, going as far to call Kaim's soul black.
They are so powerless, yet your sword spares none. Your heart is black.
He never goes this far ever again. He also notes how the child conscripts sound a lot like his brothers.
He is just like my brother. His voice.
He also shows a great deal of concern for Sere in the story.
Careful, Sere. This is a dangerous land. Sere! Are you alright? Sere! Answer me! Sere, you must not blame yourself so harshly.
Sere, get back! You mustn't stand so close to Golem. He is not Golem anymore.
Lastly, we will again look where the censorship comes in. In another branch, Leonard says this.
Sere, you are a fine young lad.
In the Japanese version, oh boy, he says, Sere, kimi wa totemo ii nioida, which literally translates into, Sere, you smell very nice. And if that's not enough, when his pact partner says this, she's actually supposed to say Shindara, ano Sere-chan tomo asobenayo, which translates into if you die, you won't get to play with that Sere anymore. You know exactly what he meant with playing. I have to give Leonard's character some extra praise with how well made he is. Normally, you want to like the guy, as on the surface he seems to be kind-hearted and a pacifist, but with this revelation you can't do that in good faith. We don't even know how far he goes to fulfill his urges, so we can't give him the benefit of the doubt. The sole reason he's living as a hermit is to try and fight his urges. We also don't get any outright confirmation if he's done any physical harm to a child. He went out into the forest when it came to his brothers, but the fairy implies that he has played with Sere. Although since pact partners share thoughts, it's also possible that she's referring to his mindscape. One last thing to note is that all the human characters have names that's derived or taken straight from that of demons. Kaim and Sere are the 33 and the 70th demons in the Lesser Key of Solomon. Ariosh is a demon in Judaism. Mana might refer to Akamana from Zoroastrianism. Leonard is based on Master Leonard, a demon from the Infernal Dictionary. Verdelei was the name of a demon that carried witches to the Sabbath. Inuart is possibly named after Iuvart, who was the leader over the Infernal Angels. And finally, Furiae, or Furies as they're more commonly called, are goddesses of vengeance in Greek mythology. All the human characters are named this way as they're flawed and sinful creatures. It should be apparent that decay and corruption has been rooted deep into the core of humanity in this world. The one named creature of this world that we have, namely Angelus, is in stark contrast to the rest as she's clearly named after an angel. She has flaws of her own, but the point is more that the creatures of nature are pure. What they do is more part of their nature rather than a conscious depravity and excess due to a higher degree of free will. Another thing to note is that the Cult of the Watchers has a much different name in the Japanese version, namely Tenshi no Kyokai, which literally means the Church of the Angels. That is to say, the Watchers are actually called angels. It puts into question which side of this conflict is truly in the right. Perhaps the cult's plan of breaking the seals and destroying humanity to reconstruct the world is the right path to take if humanity is only going to further decline and bring misery upon the world. Time to talk about the undisputed worst aspect of this game. So to start with, let it be known that the game is split into two sections, flying stages and ground stages. Although the ground stages have more issues overall, I do enjoy them more than the flying stages. It's mainly due to me disliking flight controls. You know, the typical, you hold your control stick up to go down and you hold it down to go up. I've just never been able to get used to it, so I keep going the wrong way when I don't mean to. This isn't a criticism on the game's part though, as you can change these controls and surprisingly reassign, I think, every single button in the game to something else in the options menu. So it's just me being a dummy for not properly looking through the menu until much later. Anyway, the flying stages are simple A to B objectives. You fly somewhere, kill some things, fly somewhere else, kill some more things, repeat until you're done with the stage. I don't have too much to say about these stages, really. You have two attacks, a giant fireball and homing shots if you hold in the fireball button. You can quickly face a target with the right trigger, give yourself a short burst of speed with X, and dodge left or right with the bumpers. Something we'll also see in the ground stages is that you have magic attacks. You build up this green bar as you kill enemies, and once it lights up, you can press triangle to kill enemies with a vine boom sound effect. Oh, and you can quickly turn around by pressing both bumpers at the same time. On to the ground stages, which I initially hated when I first gave the game a go, but through maybe some sort of Stockholm syndrome, I enjoy them now. On the ground you play as Kaim with a myriad of weapons that you put into your weapon wheel before starting a mission. Each weapon has different attack values, combos, speeds and magic. There's 60 something weapons in the game and all of them have a unique spell. For example, Kaim's sword launches fireballs. The sword's Swordmaster turns Kaim's invulnerable and increases his strength with a hefty multiplier. One weapon shoots ice at enemies, another makes a sword descent from the sky that deals a ton of damage, another lays a ball of electricity on the ground that explodes later, and so on. You just have to try out different weapons and see which ones you enjoy. Each weapon also has 4 levels. To level them up, you need a certain amount of kills that you can see on the status screen. That's right, kills and only kills. The XP you get in mission goes to Kaim or Angelus if you use her. This means that the fastest way to level up weapons is to just play the first mission over and over again, since they die in one hit after a while to most weapons. As I just noted, you can ride Angelus on grounded missions as well. That's why there's archers in these levels to shoot you down if you're using Angelus. She's also not good at dealing with red enemies who are resistant to magic and fires magic back if you hit them with it. Once you get the companions from the branching missions, you can summon them up to 3 times into the mission by pressing circle. This lets you control the character until their HP runs out. Their magic-based attack can be used at all times, and if you want to rush through the game, use Ariosh. Her magic attack is overpowered and can instantly kill pretty much anything on the screen. One final thing you can do in combat is making a powerful dash attack if you keep running for like 5 seconds straight. Another thing with ground missions is that you can do a finishing move. Every time you see this glow in the middle of a combo, you can hit triangle to do a finisher. This hits all enemies around you for increased damage and knocks them to the ground or just stuns them for a short while. This is very useful if you can time some things correctly. Despite your weapons gaining a long combo at max level, you will never be able to use it on tanky enemies, as they have a counter attack mechanic if they are struck too many times in short succession. If you use a finisher just as they hit this threshold, you can knock them to the ground and reset this counter. Speaking of combos, there's a chain system in the game, and this is how you recover your health and get some other goodies. I don't know the exact chain numbers, but you can get 2 different sets of orbs. You either get a green orb or an orange orb at specific thresholds. The green orbs heal you, while the orange orbs function like a finisher, but also extend the combo window before it expires. The chain thresholds are 17, 36, 56 and 80. If a green orb spawns on chain 17, it would always be a small orb which heals less than a big orb. At chain 100, you get a black orb which doubles your damage for a short time. I read something about that you get extra black orbs or something along those lines at chains 150 and 200 and maybe something else after that, but I can't find the website I got it from originally. Either way, big chains are good. Also, the larger the chain, the more XP Kaim will get from it. As mentioned earlier, you can use Angelus in ground missions and she functions similarly to the sky missions. You can shoot fireballs, use magic, dodge, quick turn and boost, but most of the time I wouldn't recommend using her. You need kills on a specific weapon to level them up, so all she's really doing is soaking up the kills and experience for herself. Speaking of character experience, this is a great time to mention that if Angelus levels up, her attack power is increased, and if Kaim levels up, he gets more max health. All in all, this seems like a decent system that gets repetitive after a while, and you're absolutely right. But that's not even the worst aspect. Oh no, not by a long shot. The make or break point is a terrible camera. It actively fights you since it doesn't function as a typical camera should. With a normal camera, you rotate the camera with your control stick, and when you release it, that's the new default camera position until you change it again. In this game, if you move the camera with the stick, it will snap to that direction, and when you release it, it snaps right back to where it was originally. This is disorienting when moving around, as how Kaim moves is based on the position of the camera. The camera rotates naturally when you move Kaim around the edge of the screen, but it stays put if you move straight back. This makes the camera finicky to deal with. To further make it a pain in the rear, I saved a move for this section specifically, the dodge button. Pressing the bumpers, you can dodge left or right, but this snaps the camera to the nearest enemy the Kaim's trying to dodge from. It also ends up being disorienting as the camera can jump around all over the place. The saving grace of this terrible camera system is the holy guard button. Now, I don't use the guard button for actual guarding, but it has the property of forcing the camera behind Kaim, and while it can be finicky at times as it can auto-target enemies far away, it's far more reliable than any other method. So really, the best way to manipulate the camera is to guard wiggle. Let's go away from the combat side of things and talk about another aspect of the gameplay, how to get weapons. Getting new weapons ranges from simple to obnoxious. Some weapons are just there in the overworld for you to get, but most require some sort of secret condition to be met. You can realistically get boost from clearing out the map or being lucky as the game wants you to kill specific enemies in a specific location on some missions for a chest to spawn. Some are just outright boring. You can unlock something called free expeditions, which is basically just a free play area on the various maps of the game. Some of these have weapon chests that will only spawn after being in the map for 25 minutes. Others were literally created only to sell strategy guides. The worst offenders are King's Blood, that requires you to take a super specific path in this stage, and Treasure Builder, where you have to touch a handful of paintings that are only for scenery in a specific order with no hints that you are doing something correctly. I wouldn't mind these secrets if they were optional, but guess what? To unlock the final branch of the game, you're required to collect every single weapon. And with the two last mentioned, it's highly unlikely that you're going to find them on your own. It's baffling game design. Okay, let's finish this section with talking about something I find neat. We know that weapons can level up, but all weapons also have a story attached to them that is unlocked as you level up that weapon. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it adds flavor to the weapons as they all have some sort of past or backstory to them. Before heading straight back into the story, I would like to warn anyone that's even remotely interested in trying out the game to stop watching the video right now and come back later, or head to this timestamp to avoid spoilers. You have been warned. Okay, do you think they've left? Yeah, they're left. We're fine. Alright, let's get up to speed. Branch B and C starts at Kaim and Angelus's final battle against Inuart. But instead of letting him get away this time, they keep pursuing him. This also takes them to the Imperial capital, but they lose track of him along the way. But eventually, they manage to track him down.
Out of my way! Furia shall live!
Damn! He flies toward the seeds! Do you know what it means to place a person in one of the seeds?
It wasn't my fault Furia died. I'm not responsible. The cult, they fooled me.
What do you intend to do now?
Me? I will bring Furia back. The seeds will beget a miracle!
Miracles cannot be asked for. It's useless.
You lie! I don't believe you! I am strong enough, aren't I? Aren't I, Kaim? The gods are with me!
Inuart, have you thought of what will become of the world?
As long as Furia is with me, I don't care. What is a world without Furia?
A drowning man knows not the ocean's vastness, only its depth.
Leave her. Is that what you want to say? Is that the extent of your love? This time, Kaim, I win!
They take to the sky again, for some reason, despite being like 5 meters apart, to duke it out one final time.
The myths say the human who enters a seed shall be saved. But do they speak the truth?
These are not the seeds of resurrection. They are the seeds of destruction.
Despite Kaim and Angelus's upper hand, Inuart manages to shake them off.
Furia, you have returned to me.
Is that the goddess? Must we battle the goddess? What nightmare grips the world?
Can that be the goddess? Can such a thing be the fate of my fire? Now remember the grotesque monster your sister has become. We live in her nightmare. The goddess gave her love to no man.
And that's branch B. The true name of the seeds are the seeds of destruction. One thing they are capable of is to evolve an organic being that's put inside of it and then copy them to the other seeds, marking the end of mankind. Furiae never wanted to become the goddess. It's possible that the seeds use this information to create her new form, as that's how she saw herself at the end. Branch C starts for the final battle with Inuart. This time he's not able to evade Kaim and Angelus.
Kaim, please, let me die. Together with Furiae. I beg of you. Can this be happiness?
A human is at the altar. It must be she, at last.
Almost. Not much longer. Dragons. Tools of the gods. My servant.
As the dragon becomes powerful, does it not seem that evil goes with it?
My brethren devoured her. A human priestess's untruths cannot warp a dragon's mind. You humans do not know why we dragons came to be. A baby smiles in the bath. It wants to stay in the water, but the seasons must change. Kaim, our pact ends here. Powers greater than we have fated us to battle. What we desire no longer matters. Kaim, your life burns too bright. You have come too far. And now, I must destroy you. Forgive me. Kaim, if you wish to live, you must first defeat me. Our hearts are returned. You and I are as two again. Is that all your strength, Kime? Pity me not, or death will be your reward. Forgive me, Kime. It is for the survival of all life. Yes, this is good. Kime, you have done well. You have become strong.
That's the end of Brand C. Something I neglected from this viewing is that since their pact is broken, the ability to speak has returned to Kime.
I am Kime.
I just wish she had something, I don't know, more interesting to say. Anyway, in this ending we learn that dragons are tools of the gods to destroy mankind. In this branch, the dragons are either urged from a divine being or by the seeds to go out to destroy humanity. This is why Mana is eaten so easily. She is no longer empowered by the same being that was leading the cult of the Watchers. For Branch D, we have to go far back, all the way back to when Kime fails to find out more information about the cult of the Watchers. As we know, Kime's only going to where the elf mentioned as an excuse to kill. While Kime is on his way, we are introduced to Leonard.
Riverside, Luke Hagen, my brothers, forgive me. Forgive me. What evil have I done? My brothers butchered, our home put to flame. And where was I?
What's this? What's this? You betrayed your brothers? Your sorry, pitiful little brothers, dead on the ground. What fun! What fun! Yuck! What a painful sight! Look! Looky, look! What was the last thing they saw? I wonder.
No, I cannot. I cannot bear to think of it.
Makes you sick? Humans are pathetic! Pathetic! Dirty! Smelly! Might as well just die! Hey, that's it! Kill yourself! Go on! Finish it off, useless human!
But I
You're scared? Dying is good. You don't want to die? Really? No! What a bore! Seriously, finish yourself off. Oh, hold on! Of course! Let's make a pact!
What do you mean?
You don't get it? Hello? Is that skull as hollow as a helmet? You and me together forever! Loser! Loser! But seriously, let's do it! A pact! Please! Please!
Approaching the village, we get confirmation that Leonard has entered a pact with the fairy.
The flames of hell.
I hear a voice. Another one with a pact.
After massacring countless souls, Kaim locates Leonard.
The sound of your blade tells me you are a Union soldier. I am Leonard, at your service. Yes, my eyes are blind. Like you, I have paid for a pact.
To be blind to the foolish hopelessness of humanity is a happy fate.
Yet, I am not blind to the knowledge. The dead are returned to the earth, their lives to be mourned. Very well. I will go with you, Kaim. Let us leave these bodies where they lie. We must hurry to the desert. The goddess is in danger, I fear. They say that no man is beyond forgiveness.
The price Leonard paid for his pact was his ability to see. Needless to say, this is because he's a pedophile. A lot of the joy he gets from such despicable acts starts most of the time visually. Being able to see is of great importance to him, more so than for most. The reason the fairy wanted to form a pact with him might not be immediately obvious when the only other instance we know of is between Kaim and Angelus, but it's because the fairy wants to keep taunting him. I have to assume that Leonard accepts the pact since he knows his actions are despicable and feels that he needs to be punished for it. This is also why he joins Kaim, as he hopes to die on the journey, but he's too weak to do it himself, as we saw earlier. Yet in a corner of his mind, he's naively hoping that he can do something to redeem himself, hence the "they say that no man is beyond forgiveness" line. It's part mockery and part hopefulness. The next deviation from the regular story is when Kaim informs Furia that Inyard has been moved to a different jail.
Kaim, can you hear that? The voice is weak and faint. I would not expect you to hear it.
Tell me, do you plan to seek out this voice?
If we ignore it, the consequences may be grave.
The weak would do well to know their own limits, old man.
Do you know from where this voice beckons?
From an imperial jail in the desert.
Like with Leonard, we get a smaller introduction to Arios.
No matter how much I hear it, I can't avoid that voice.
Is that so? I've grown fond of it, I have.
Long as it's a woman, huh? You're the odd one. Liking an elf like that. Have you seen her eyes? Pretty scary if you ask me. Even when she smiles, they're dead.
Me, I feel sorry for her. Better for her if she had died with the rest of her family. Right then, let's go settle her down.
Careful, mate. She'll get you for sure.
That's all right. We're not her type now, are we?
What the? Oh, bloody hell! The Union! They're attacking!
It is too soon for you to die. Now, you will come with us.
Breaking through the Imperial jail, they set Arios free.
You too have a packed beast. What is your name?
Adios.
You surrendered your womb.
Tell me, are there any children here?
Fear not, they have been evacuated.
So there are none here. A pity. They're so sweet. But an adult will suffice.
Get back, elf! Galek ne alefre natila. Galek ne alefre natila. Ha! This lock spell will hold her, but for how long I cannot say. I will take her with me for her own good, as well as for others around her.
So this is what you call human kindness.
With that rather awkward scene, Arios is now with the party. Needless to say, she's legitimately insane, and the only reason she's able to come with them is thanks to Kaim seeing her potential as a murderer. The last partner we get to meet is Sere, who we meet up in the mountains where Kaim routes the Empire's reinforcements before the final battle.
It's all right. It's all right. It will be better soon. No. No. You can't die now. Sere. Oh, Sere. My beautiful child. Oh, I love only you.
Mother? Mother, are you sleeping? Father won't move. Mother? Mother, I'll kiss you and then you'll wake up, right? Mother, what is it? What's wrong? Why don't you answer me? Wake up, please, wake up! You loved just me, didn't you? Just me. Only me. Only me. There's no one left in our village. Mother and Father aren't even here.
Golem, it was you who led us here.
You'll go to the place where the cult is? Take me too! They took my sister!
Golem, you made a pact with this child?
Silly little, silly small. Here is dangerous.
I gave all my time to Golem. He said he'd be my friend if I did that.
Do you understand what it means to give away all your time? Others will age and die, but you will never grow, never pass on. You will be alone, a child forever.
I won't be alone. Golem will be with me. Besides, I became the little hero. Do you know that story? My mother used to tell it to me.
More myths. Why are humans so quick to hide from truth in castles made of clouds?
As you can tell, Sari's introduction is a bit weird compared to the other two. At first glance, he doesn't seem to have any major personal flaws and goes against the tone of the game by being much brighter than the rest of the cast. Maybe this is the game trying to tell us that children are molded into the vile people the adults of the game are, rather than it being something you're naturally born into? I'm honestly not sure. Now that all the partners are gathered, we have to make more awkward timeline jumps. So right now we deviated in chapter 2, 3 and 4. But to get the personal stories of all the characters that are required to get the ending of Branch D, we first have to go even further back to chapter 2, where there's a deviation of verse 5, where we're first introduced to the Cult of the Watchers. But this time, Leonard is with us, despite the fact that he shouldn't be introduced until verse 11. It's confusing, but this happens a lot. Just remember that their backstories are the same, even if they appear earlier in the story than they should. I would like to note that the point of the Watcher's commandments:
Speak not the Watchers, draw not the Watchers, write not the Watchers, sculpt not the Watchers, sing not the Watchers, call not the Watcher's name.
It's not that these things are blasphemous, but that the Watcher cult will grow no matter what is done. Anyway, the group sets out to protect the seal of the forest. As they come close, they witness a horrible sight.
Ah! Our forest is burning! Our forest is burning! All because useless humans come tromping over the land! Awful, smelly, awful creatures!
We must do something!
Hark you, hark! Look in the shadows of the trees. The ones hiding away are probably fine. This, that, what, which? The shadows of the trees. Look closely, Leonard. Look closely. Oh, it smells fishy. What will you do? What will you do? Doesn't it feel dangerous? Are you shaking? Over here! Here!
Just young conscripts.
Right! Young soldiers right out of training, gutted like fish!
Despite Leonard's pleading and berating, Kaim shows no mercy to the child conscripts of the Empire.
Kaim, speak to them! They will lay down their swords!
Such a soft-hearted one, aren't you, Leonard?
The garrison soldiers are all conscripts. Kaim, do not slaughter them so mercilessly!
Soldiers are soldiers. Do not forget who is your enemy.
Please, help us! No! Help me. Someone help me! We've done the wrong!
They are so powerless. Yet your sword spares none. Your heart is black.
Mother, I don't want to die!
Kaim, please, no more! We cannot!
Hey! What'll you do about the bodies? Stab them again?
I shall give them a burial.
You have time for such luxuries? Well, do you? Do you? Do you?
Please help me. I'm afraid.
Peace now. It is all over.
Oh! Feeling pity for the enemy? Can't start wavering now.
He is just like my brother. His voice.
Leonard, what are you doing?
He is just a child. What?
You fool!
Fool! A masterpiece of a fool!
They have heard us. They gather in the sky.
Being ambushed by Leonard's misplaced kindness, the Empire has enough time to gather skybound troops. Making quick work of them, they continue the search for the seal on foot, eventually ending up in an unusual place.
I am sorry. Forgive me.
Why this wasted pity?
It is just...
He won't say! He'll never say the truth. It's a secret!
It would be better that I die here.
Huh? What did you say? Hello? You couldn't die, could you? Just gave yourself a little nick. So sad. Didn't you make a promise to live with me, big brother? I can't survive alone anymore, you know. A pact. We made a pact. Don't forget.
You are...
My name is of no concern. I simply ask that you smelly savages leave the forest anon. Oh dear. How rude of me. Still, as a leader, one must say what one must say.
The ruler of the fairies.
A human carcass cannot restore a tree that has burned. Oh, trees are the bones of the forest.
Go threaten someone else. We have no time for you.
Oh dear, oh dear! Threats, you say? Such suspicion. Noble dragons think such complicated things. Is there some secret reason why you consort with humans? Or do you play with such lesser beings for fun?
Hold your tongue!
Dearie, oh dearie, how rude! I struck the mark, huh? The desert is a hot place, and bodies do rot quickly.
The desert? What about the desert?
Oops! I let it slip. Those idiot priests are lined up and knocked down one by one. Your friends may not be safe. Serve them right.
Climb to the desert!
You should just let them die. Oh, but I can't say that, can I now?
This is where Leonard's missions ends and the story continues as normal until we rescue Verderly from the Imperial prison.
Too late.
What are you telling us?
The Desert Temple seal is already broken.
Yes. Can you not sense it?
No. The seal? Broken? It cannot be.
Knowing that the desert seal is broken, we head towards the Seal of the Sea. On the way, more despicable human acts are revealed.
Those screams. Some horror is committed.
All people smell like but some seem to protect, others to neglect.
But the children...
First, we must protect the seal.
They take children, then cast them away like bones at a feast. Such cruelty.
Until we wipe away these Empire jackals, we can help neither woman nor child. Climb quickly!
So many elf children. It is no wonder her heart became embittered so. Arios! Arios! Surely not the children!
The children. Arios, what have you done?
So sweet. So sweet. The cute little children. No need to worry. I will take care of you. So sweet.
I smell blood. Why? Arios, do you not have children yourself?
They were killed.
Killed by the Imperial forces and cast away into an ocean of blood.
And there shall be no more children for her.
The price for our pact was her womb. Solitude and chaos for all eternity.
Only with death shall it end. Now, on to the next temple.
Try as they might, they cannot protect the seal of the sea.
Where is the temple's seal?
Regrettably, it is gone.
I see.
Pretty. So pretty.
Man makes the seal, and man does break the seal. Will his foolish games never end? We are still safe. The last seal is intact. I hear no cries from the goddess.
Each time we play our piece, we find ourselves one move behind. Back to the desert.
For Sere, we have to go back to the mountains again. Verse 6 deviates to include him.
Your parents were killed by a dragon? So, to the Empire, the goddess will be there.
There! Over there! That's the valley where my sister disappeared! Please! There might be some clue about where Mana went!
Cult of the Watchers also clue.
The valley is a perilous place. Did your sister go there alone?
No, with her mother. But anyway, that's where she went missing.
The group follows Sere.
Careful, Sere. This is a dangerous land.
Sorry, but I'm so excited. You came all this way to help find my sister. Thank you.
Oh, the child is so naive. Why don't you go get yourself devoured by an elf, child?
Stay back from there.
No, he did not die despite what the game made you think. Continuing the search for Mana in the air, we get to hear how Sere suffers from guilt.
Mother used to hit my sister Mana a lot. But only Mana. Never me. Mother never hit me. She saved all her anger for Mana instead.
With that done, Sere decides to use the annoying child trope yet again.
There is not a sound to be heard. Can Sere's sister really be in such a place as this?
No human can long survive in such an evil land.
Mana! Mana! Answer if you can hear me! It's me, Sere!
Sere, please take care. Enemies may still lie in wait.
Quickly! We have to go after him!
What a child! Trouble upon trouble! Such bothersome people are better off dead! Dead!
The fairy spitting straight facts, by the way. Anyway, they follow him to a coliseum where the characters start to give you an awkward idea that's very out of character for Kaim.
The child is unharmed. Kaim, it is time to help someone with that bloodied sword.
It continues.
An opportunity, Kaim, to learn how to use your sword to save a life. You are a match for any man or beast, but you must learn to wield that sword for good.
That Kaim. For whom does he brandish his sword?
Well, how does it feel to use your sword to save people?
I don't buy it. That Sere got kidnapped is more of a convenience for Kaim rather than him going out of his way to rescue Sere. It just doesn't fit with the rest of the writing. The chapter ends with Sere's rescue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sere, you are safe now.
I'm sorry. I always cause such trouble.
That scream!
The death cry of the fairies. The 3 seals are broken.
Only the goddess remains, the very last seal.
The Union will soon begin the final attack. We too must go to the last battlefield.
Oh, it's my fault, isn't it? I wanted to come here. I wasted your time.
Regret is for fools. What has been done has been done.
Yes, all right.
Sere, your sister.
Forget it. It doesn't matter now. Not anymore. Come on, we have to hurry.
At least the game is self-aware that the longest set of character missions is also the one where all of the seals break. It knows that you are wasting time. Another thing that sets these missions apart and shifts the tone of the game is that all of the mission briefings are made from Sere's point of view. It's difficult to take the content of the mission seriously due to his personality. Granted, I think that's the point, as the missions use a lot of typical fantasy story tropes. The group sets out to rescue Furiai. The giant fortress is held captive in is no longer in the air but floating in the ocean. It's protected by a barrier they need to deal with first.
Destroy the border towers and then we can approach.
As the barrier is destroyed, time is now of the essence or the goddess will die.
Please hurry, you must safeguard the goddess.
Forget the minion jackals, push onward.
You will not kill them all, though you have 1,000 lives. To the goddess, now! The goddess will certainly be at the sanctum. Look further within.
The goddess. She has faded from my vision. A space bridge?
Are we too late?
Kaim's teleported further into the fortress. The dash to rescue the goddess is not over.
If the seals are broken, it shall be the end. The end. The goddess has been taken to the inner sanctum of this fortress. Quickly, to the goddess! The seal! The seal!
So she still lives, but barely. We have little time left.
Don't think of me as a traitor, Kain. We are creating a new world. A world where Furiai lives. Open your eyes. Hear what our priestess says. We can survive.
Inuart, you mustn't stay here. Please go away now.
The Watchers do not laugh. The Watchers must not wake. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I'm just a girl, a normal girl. What's this?
This dirt.
No, don't.
Forget the seal and help me. Forget the seal and help me.
Stupid man. Please help me. Help me. Please. Hold me, my brother.
Stop it.
I can see into your heart.
No, that's not true. You lie.
I hate you. I hate you. Filth.
This world needs destroying. I'm dirty. I'm dirty. I'm no goddess.
I renounce it. Please. Please, my brother. So, you failed at playing goddess. Now what?
the Watchers laugh too?
Fool, be calm. Control your anger. The seeds will soon be sown. The world is in grave danger. Quickly now, let not her death be in vain.
As Furiai's love for her brother Kaim is revealed, he looks away in disgust. This is also why she kills herself. She cannot bear the thought that he doesn't love her back, nor what he may now think of her. Before continuing, we will yet again go backwards in time where the story can branch off. If we are too slow at breaking the barrier, we are met with two curious missions.
Goddess's presence grows faint. Hurry, Kaim!
It is just the same as the fortress in the sky. Strange. I sense no humans here. A foolish thing is it not, to board an ark when you know not where it sails? It is too quiet. There is no voice. Is the goddess truly here?
There is no trace of the enemy in this fortress. The goddess will certainly be at the sanctum. Look further within. Could the goddess be? No, it is nothing. Where is the goddess?
The goddess is gone.
Are we too late?
By the gods! I can see it. The seeds of resurrection are already on the earth. The goddess, she... I understand. You must see for yourself.
It seems we must go to the very ends of hell itself, to the Sky Fortress.
Either way, these two paths lead to the same conclusion in another branch. To get to branch D, we have to find mana in the fortress instead of meeting Furiai. This leads to a bout of hide and seek, and we have to track mana down as she teleports through the fortress. Eventually, we corner her.
The Watchers, they sing. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Stop it! Don't hurt her! Leave my sister alone! No! Golem, stop! You don't understand! Mana is my sister! It's my fault that she became like this! Mother! Be strong, Mana! Mother, she's already dead.
La 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 la. Don't miss the Watchers. La 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 la. Silence. You cannot kill me. I am loved. Loved by them more than anyone else. See? Humans still don't know what they really need. Stupid.
They're all stupid. Salvation lies before them. But stupid people won't be loved.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Those who aren't loved die.
It surely dies me sad.
Forgive me. Forgive me, Mana. Golem, please, help.
Now is the time to feel the love of the gods. A deep love. A great love.
A love powerful and formidable. A love that crushes like a mace. La 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 la.
What is it? What's happening? Can that child truly be a god?
Furiai! Furiai!
Inuart.
The gods are dead, Furiai. No more gods! We are free! It's all right. All is well now. Have no fear. There is a way.
What will you do?
Furiai, we will give birth to the world. Though paradise is lost, we shall be gods!
Before you ask, yes, Inuart and Furiai die right here. This means that both instruments of the gods, Furiai and Mana, are dead, and that chaos is born into the world.
To the world!
So, it does not end with the death of the priest. These children, are they the Watchers? What will become of the world? Is there no one to guide us?
Try as they might, there is no end to the Watchers in the sky. Kaim sets out to slay as many as he can on the ground.
There is nothing to stop you now. Burn it all! Burn everything! For you who live on bloodlust, can this new world be a happy place?
I am already dead. Where this body drops and rots is of no matter now.
The group is, however, slowly overwhelmed.
Arios! What are you doing?
The greatest of feasts.
They're devouring Arios!
All has become From chaos, we have descended into hell.
Stop your sniveling. The way is clear. Run for your life.
Wait!
To make matters worse, the leader of the Watchers appear. Backed into a corner, Leonard offers his life.
You know it's the only way to clear a path. Go now. I shall stay.
No! I don't want you to go. Why can't you come with us? Why? Leonard, I don't want anyone else to die.
You are a fine young lad. You mustn't be afraid. I will not die. Now go, please.
Hey, stupid! What do you think you're doing? You'll get me killed too! And if you die, you won't see Sere anymore! Please, Leonard, live! Don't sacrifice yourself! Please! Please! No! Stop! Let me go! No! You're too scared to die, right? Hey, you bastard! No! No! No!
Death need not be the end of hope!
Leonard broke his pact to buy time to let the group go further into the capital.
The world will be swallowed. What is that? What warps the great time?
The heat! My body is burning!
A reaction? To what? To that?
The child lost his time. Yes, it is possible. The great time. Perhaps our last chance.
Help us! Please help us! No, I don't want to die! No!
Goodbye. Will you take me there?
Are you sure?
I understand. That thing controls time. We can't just leave it or else...
Sere, what will you do?
Only I can stop it. I'm the only one who has what we need.
If you fight that, do you know what will become of you?
A long time ago, there was a brave warrior who drank up all of time, drop by drop. He slept deep beneath the earth, forever young and strong. But then the world became bathed in blood, and the hero awoke. Now is my time, he said. The hero who had drunk of time traveled to the ends of the earth. The hero grew old and weak, and he died. But his time gave the world a new life, the end. It's called The Little Hero. My mother told it to me.
The heroes of the stories are the hopes of the tellers. The hero is in you, too.
I'm so happy. Come on, fly me there.
Can we make it through?
It's impossible! Impossible! What can one child do?
Yes, I can do it! I am the little hero! Will you forgive me now, Mana?
And that's the end of Branch D. Time forever stands still in that part of the world to stop the Queen Bees and the Watchers. It's a terrifying fate if they are still conscious while time is stopped. Especially for Angelus and Kaim, who might not have died yet and are then experiencing eternal pain. This branch brings up the concept that breaking a pact comes with a terrible price. Yet when this happened in Branch C, when Angelus broke her pact with Kaim, nothing came of it. It's possible that something bad happens only if the human partner is the one to break the pact, but there's no confirmation about this. Here we also see that the Watchers want to annihilate humanity by controlling time, possibly to erase them from ever existing. No, I don't know why the Queen Beast basically becomes pregnant to do this, but my guess would be that her bloated stomach looks like a seed of resurrection, which would only prove that the two are connected with one another. In this ending, we also get poetic deaths for the characters. Kaim is a child murderer, as this is the same branch he kills the conscripts. Arios is a cannibal and ate a child in this branch. And as we know, Leonard is a pedophile. Arios is eaten by the Watchers, who are just giant children. Leonard is forced to kill them, and Kaim is killed by them. What I'm trying to state here is what they want to do with children is happening to them instead. Seri, on the other hand, tries to repent for what his mother did to Mana by stopping the Queen Beast. This is to say, to put his guilt at ease, he has to kill his mother, who showed nothing but compassion for him. Now that I think about it, there's other inverses of what characters desire. Inuart is killed by the one he loves. Furiai, as mentioned earlier, tries to kill herself as the love she has for her brother isn't mutual. Verdelay prays to the gods for forgiveness and salvation, but never receives anything, even remotely close to it. And Angelus is slain by the one man she's been able to love. Let's go through the final branch. Branch E. To unlock this branch, you have to collect every single weapon. As I've mentioned, this is a huge undertaking. Just a small list of things that you have to do is do specific tasks and missions with no hints, wait 25 or more minutes in several free expeditions that are not relevant to the story of the game, do 2 cryptic puzzles with no hints, clear specific flight stages without using magic and having a certain amount of health left, among other things. I can guarantee you that there is no way that you get this ending without a guide. It is simply too cryptic to do that. So, after collecting all weapons, the brand starts before Seri breaks his pack, but this time they have another plan.
It's the end! The end!
And yet you do not pray.
To whom? What god can help us now?
No gods have ever heard your prayers. To catch the lion's cub, you must enter the lion's den.
No, Kaim! Don't go! Please don't leave me alone!
We will meet again, if we live.
But at least... don't forget me! Ever!
Is this the land of the gods?
What is this? This thing? What can we do?
And this is the final fight of the game. Yup, all those weapons you collected are worthless, as the action game you played is now a rhythm game. Square spawns a white circle, while triangle spawns a black circle. You have to match the colors or you'll be stunned for a short while. This gets extremely difficult towards the end as you can't hear the rhythm. In the actual track, it's supposed to sound like this. But in-game, you'll hear it like this. So you need to press the correct button long before you know which bell is playing. This creates a disconnect between what is playing and what you have to press. Needless to say, it's only disorienting. If you're like me and can't remember the insane string of circles you have to do at the end, you can pause buffer. You do a few inputs, pause the game, check for what's the next 2 or 3 buttons that you have to press, and repeat that until you get through it. To be extra trolly, they decided to add one final ring after a long pause. You know that someone goes through it only to die there as they put the controller down. But at least now the days say that the Queen Beast is defeated.
This is Bravo 1. Unidentified target has been neutralized. Over and out.
Thank you for playing.
If you couldn't tell, this is a joke ending. By all means, it is canon as all branches are, but you're not meant to take it seriously. After all, you get no clue how they even end up teleporting here, and the screen cuts to pure text saying Tokyo after Angelus comments if this is the land of the gods, which is an obvious meta joke as the game was made in Japan. This ending also serves to poke fun in the games with multiple endings by saying, wow, you went through all that crap and got all those weapons for this? We won't even let you use them. Despite this being a joke ending, this is the ending that leads into Nier. Without this ending, Nier could have been completely different. Speaking of some of the illogical parts of this ending, as I've noted, it happens in some of the other branches as well. Some things are just omitted or contradicts each other, such as how breaking pacts work, or that Ignortus disappears from the narrative of branch A, the conflicting properties of the seals of resurrection, characters appearing in the story when they shouldn't, and so on. Ultimately, I view this as the game being primarily character-driven as opposed to story-driven. The story is there to explore the characters rather than that the characters are there to serve the story. Now that we have gone through all of the branches, you might have noticed something rather unique that kept playing in the background, namely the If you've seen my other videos, you might have noticed that I tend to use music from the game or franchise that I'm talking about. But not so here, as it's rather, interesting. Don't take my word for it, just listen to the weapon selection theme. And this is the first mission song you'll hear. Why is the music so absurd? Well, simply put, the two composers, Nobuyoshi Sano and Takayuki Aihara, were tasked to create a soundtrack that reflected Drakengard's dark world with a focus on madness. To do this, they selected pieces from classical music, had an orchestra re-perform those sections, and then reconstructed them digitally by mixing them together in all sorts of different ways. They experimented with different music scales, tempos, moods, and certain gimmicks like reverse playback. To say that the soundtrack is experimental is an understatement. I've never heard anything like it since. Even Nobuyoshi Sano found a newfound appreciation for classic music as he finished the project, and hopes that the soundtrack can sway over others who are either not a big fan of classical or actively dislike it. I'm much in the same boat where I appreciate it more after actively listening to these tracks for hours. Hell, I even bought the original soundtrack. I can easily listen to this at high volumes in a car. Going back to the soundtrack, you can hear this unconventional mixing in nearly all tracks. For the record, they are all uncreatively named. Just some examples are Chapter 1, Chapter 5, Chapter 9. Among others. As you can tell, it's dark, twisted, and repetitive, in a good way. It reflects that attribute of madness that they were going for. After all, as the saying goes, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. In the middle of gameplay, it might be difficult to tell that everything is mixed together by using samples. The song that best displays their approach to combining these samples is in Chapter 9. Some go way out of the ordinary and sorta sounds like the track is corrupted and has been gone skipping. Quick shout out to Chapter 3 that uses, from what I can tell, castanets. It stands out since that instrument isn't used anywhere else. Something of note is that the soundtrack barely uses any lyrics, and that's to be expected really, as classical music didn't have a vocalist. They used some sort of vocals in Chapter 10. But this is to get a specific sound rather than using the voice to convey anything. The credit song to Branch B is the only song that has actual lyrics, and it stands out among the other tracks and even became the theme to the series in a way. You will find a version of this song somewhere in all of the other Drakengard games.
the dawn, and time tells its tale.
With that said, I don't have much to add. It's a fantastic soundtrack that only enhances the twisted story and psyche of the human characters. It definitely won't be everyone's cup of tea, but if you enjoyed playing the game, it would without a doubt leave an impression on you. Now we have come to the end of this look at Drakengard. The game is without a doubt a diamond in the rough. It's one hell of a journey with many complicated interactions between characters, and it is not afraid to twist and turn the story to further explore the cast. The story can be nonsensical or have gaping holes at times, but that is not the focal point. It's a means to an end for us to get a full grasp of the characters and how they act upon their terrible character flaws. With the exception of Leonard, the characters have not been heavily censored in their localization, which is a complaint you'll undoubtedly encounter online. But as I've shown, that is simply not true. While some of it might not be as explicit, it is still there. This misconception might disappear over time if more people become interested in the series, but I'd say that it's the gameplay that holds it back from being enjoyed by most people due to its repetitive and clunky nature. Or they simply don't know about it since it doesn't share the same name as the games from the Nier series, despite the fact that they share a timeline. It also doesn't help that the music is experimental as opposed to Automata's more conventional style. When comparing Drakengard and Automata, at a glance it doesn't look appealing, and let's face the facts. Most people don't care about starting from the beginning, nor giving the beginning a go if it deviates too much from what they ended up liking. As a comparison, you'd rarely find someone who enjoys Persona 5, Final Fantasy X, Fallout 4, etc. that have also gone back, played, and enjoyed the first iterations, namely Persona, Final Fantasy, and Fallout in this case. And I understand why. They are completely different games, both graphically and gameplay wise. Just because they share the same name doesn't mean that you enjoy their predecessors. This brings me to a topic I didn't want to include in the main video. Should they remake Drakengard so a modern audience can enjoy it? My immediate reaction would be no. As I mentioned at the start, the game was approved by Sony since they didn't have the energy to review yet another game. The gaming landscape has changed dramatically since the start of the 2000s. But I fear that the devs working on a remake, or the ones in charge, wouldn't allow the game to keep its original tone. In no world can I at least see Leonard's pedophilia, Kaim and Furia's incestual love, and Angelus's potential rape system to be present in a remake. The game's score would also take a tremendous blow. If they remade the game, they would without a doubt advertise it as the origin story of Automata or the Nier series or something along those lines. To meet customer expectations, the soundtrack would be similar in style to the games that came after Drakengard instead of keeping its identity. So it would have better gameplay, but at what cost? Large chunks that made Drakengard unique and heavy changes to the characters? But that's my immediate reaction. When I get a chance to ponder the question, I would say that it's worth a shot at the very least. If a remake does all of the bad stuff I just mentioned, the original will still be there. And if the remake brings discourse online, there will undoubtedly be fans of the original that can fill in things that were omitted or completely changed. Any interest that's being shown towards the original, be it from a bad remake or a good one, is positive either way. The music will most likely be lost on people, however. After all, this is what happened with Demon Souls, where the tracks are tone deaf and attempts to mimic God of War or Bloodborne rather than trying to spice up the original game score. Tangent aside, yes, a remake of Drakengard would be for the best. I would fully support it if they ever announced one. With that said, I would still encourage people to give Drakengard a shot at the very least. The worst thing that'll happen is that you'll dislike the gameplay and stop there. But if you can find enjoyment in those parts, it could give you an experience that you'll never forget. It managed to do that to me. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you played the game previously, that you might have found something of interest. My name's Alexander, and I'll see you next time.